This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is Aztec Ammunition, Jesus Desafio, outlaw of the Midwest. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Mwah, jazz.
Hello, and welcome to the show at Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Aztec Ammunition, Jesus Desafio.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's being a little chill right now, kind of down because I don't know if you've been following my bounty has gone, well, zero. It's been zero for a couple weeks now. It's been kind of bugging me. So this little activity here with you today, this podcast here, this interview, it should get my mind off of it for a while, if only.
Well, where are you loading up next event-wise?
Next event-wise, as far as I'm concerned, nothing's set in stone just yet, but we do have a date. Stay tuned for late August. There should be more. Nothing's, like I said, nothing isn't set in stone just yet, but word going around is there should be at least 2 events going on right before the summer ends, for Wrestle League anyway, and that is Lincoln Hall. I think it's August 28. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it is August 28. We also have another event going on. This one seems to be guaranteed as well. It's Lucha in the Park, which is over there at Unity Park if you guys are in the Illinois area. That should be on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm also going to be at Rocket Pro Wrestling in Joliet, Illinois, sometime in early September.
Perfect. And where can we find you on social media and your merchandise?
On social media, right here on Instagram, it's Aztec_Ammunition. You should be able to see me. I'm not really hard to miss. The beard designs, of course, the beard graphics are really not hard to miss. A lot of my other links, Facebook and Snapchat, they should be linked on there as well. If you want to give any of those two links a follow, more than welcome to.
Perfect. And merchandise?
Merchandise?
Yep.
No merch. As far as I'm concerned, really. It's just me right now. Like I said, my bounty is low. Just trying to find myself again. Just having a bit of an identity crisis. So as far as merch is concerned, nothing of yet. But again, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Once the fall starts, you might see a little something if things go well. God willing.
You could have a low bounty, but high merchandise sales.
That may be true, but sometimes it's about wanting it or the desire, I guess. And right now, kind of in the dumps because of this whole thing. But maybe I'll get more into it as we go on.
Absolutely. And before we start, all of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Low bounty marks, a bit down in the dumps. What has Aztec Ammunition? What caused this?
So what's caused this is haven't really been feeling like myself in the last 2 years. Started 2 years ago. Things were going pretty good. I felt like I was in a really good state of mind. Outside the ring and inside the ring, of course, I was a multi-time champion. At one point, a double champion, and then and then it just deteriorated from right there. I feel like I kind of lost my mind a little bit. I went up against this superhero named Kid Lad for my inter-county title over there at Rocket Pro Wrestling. Kind of found myself on the bit of a villainous side, super villainous side, so to speak. Lost my title. Me and my tag team partner Razi, we were in this group called the Carribon Cartel, and we found ourselves at odds with this faction. The faction, of course, imploded amicably, of course, but once that was done, we still found ourselves in another faction called Undeniable, and eventually that deteriorated as well, at least on our ends. And this past year, it's just one loss after another, just lost the championship, losing matches, losing spots in factions, just losing taking one L after another, just one being piled onto the next. And I found my bounty, my wanted posters at almost any and all venues that I was booked at. I just found it. The bounty, the price was just getting lower and lower. It's almost like it was getting sliced in half. And until this past May, where I saw that it was down to I think it was 300. And this past Wrestle League show, Pride and Punishment, I wasn't booked for it, but I still decided to show up just to get out of the house for a little bit. And I saw that I ran into one of my greatest rivals, JR Lindsey. Just had another encounter with him. I was just in no mood for anything of the sorts with him. We have a big rivalry that spans for years, and I'm sure we'll get into that one too. It's really interesting. Oh, yeah. But on this day, I just ran into him in the back, and I'm just here to have a good time, just try to enjoy the show, despite not being booked. I'm just going to the bar, get a drink, maybe just see what's up. And he tells me that, have you seen your wanted poster lately? Like, you're not wanted here anymore. You got no one watching your back. You got no championship. You got nothing. You don't even have a bounty anymore. And I'm looking at this poster, and this poster is just, it's haunting me. It's just, it's aggravating. And the most aggravating part about all of it is that it's saying bounty called off, no longer wanted. And nothing hurts a man more than when he's told that he's no longer wanted in any way, shape, or form, you know? Right. And so, yeah, the price is at zero, and now it's just like you think that, you know, for someone like me, you think that this is a good change of pace, you know, no longer being a wanted man, no longer looking over your shoulder for any opposition, basically. And now come to find out that, oh, this is what a normal life is, where you no longer have to watch out for anything. But it's also something where it's like, yeah, you're not a threat anymore. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, if I'm not a threat, then what am I? Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's a bit of a conundrum right there, but that's just how life is. That's just how life is when you're just all in your head or anything like that. If it's like confusing, it's hilarious in a way if it's confusing. But for the most part, other than that, just, again, trying to get my mind off of everything, just enjoying time with friends and family and anyone else that I can just, that's in good company, of course.
Well, I mean, obviously you're facing a lot of adversity right now. It seems like, anything is quite possible. Are you going to try and get that bounty back up, or are we looking at a new version of you in the works?
No comments, but you're not entirely off from what you just said right there. So I'm going to be saying stay tuned a lot. So again, I'm going to say stay tuned. If anybody who hasn't already followed me, be sure to follow, because you never know. What James over here just said, there might be some truth there.
Fair enough. But, I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, Aztec Ammunition wasn't your original gimmick, no? You was a Fabio-esque character, no?
Yes, I was. The idea for that the idea for that came from my old trainer, Warwick Stevens. I think he goes by the name of Nick Stevens these days. Warwick, he saw me in the hallway once during the show. I wasn't booked for it. This was still pretty early on. I've already had like 1 or 2 matches beforehand. This is when Wrestle League, the school, merged with Warwick Stevens and his students. So this is right after we merged with them, and we were having a show, the first show after the merge. I wasn't booked for it, but I still showed up anyway because that's just the kind of person I am. So at this time, I had like really, really long hair. My beard graphics were not a thing at the time, of course. All I had was just a regular goatee. And the look, if I'm being completely honest, the look I was trying to go for was, I guess you could say Fabio, of course. You know, he's known for having like super long, luscious locks, of course. The look that I was going for was this really obscure character, this soap opera character that was played by this actor named Roger Howard. He used to go, the name he used for the show was called One Life to Live. It was a character named Todd Manning, which is a character I don't recommend anybody looking up. It's just a horrible villain character. But the look was pretty good, though. I really liked his look. Just this guy with shaved sides, no sideburns, no full beard. He just had a really thick goatee. It really made him look like a really evil Jesus in a way. The long hair, the goatee, of course, the devilish looking goatee. I decided to model my look after that. And I'm in the hallway during the show. Before the show started, I'm going past Warwick Stevens, and he looks at me, and I remember the dress code he told us was dress formal, dress shirts, dress shoes, dress pants. So we're professionals. Let's look like it. Even if you're not booked for the show, still come to a show looking your best at the very least, of course. So I'm in the locker room. I'm getting ready. I'm all dressed up and everything. And then I remembered, oh, I gotta tie my hair up. Let me go to the bathroom and wet my hair. And I did. And then I remembered, oh, I forgot my hairpiece to tie it all up. So I go to the back to get my hairpiece. And I walk past Warwick, and he looks at me, and he's like, oh my God, dude, that's perfect. Like, what? This, all of this is perfect. The clothes, the hair, the beard, everything about you right now. This looks perfect. I think I know what your character could be. Like, oh, what is it? You are going to be Fabio. You are basically going to be Fabio. Like, that's perfect, I guess. And so it was Fabio. The look, of course, was Fabio, but I think a lot of the mannerisms came from this other wrestler. His name is he used to go by the name of Invictus, and his real name is Adam. He goes by a shout out to Adam, of course. Love you, man. Like, I really appreciate the starting points. Of course, never forget where you came from and who came up with certain things for you. He's in a band, of course, called the Underground Rebels. So if anybody is a big fan of music, country rock, I think that's what it is. Like, they should be doing shows in the local area. So Union Rebels, Union Rebels. I'm sorry if I butchered that, guys. Be sure to give them a shout out and be sure to look them up, of course. And so Adam Invictus, years prior, before we did the merge, I had my hair long enough to tie it up for a previous show. And he's like, oh my God, you look like Antonio Banderas. And as soon as he said that, I knew what he was going for. And what's funny is that I knew the movie he was talking about, even though at the time I never saw it, which was Desperado, the El Mariachi series, the Once Upon a Time in Mexico series. That's where those movies come from. The guitar player one.
Yeah.
Or Antonio Banderas was Zorro. He was Desperado, walking around with a guitar case full of guns, and that's where the look came from. So with the look of Antonio as Desperado, with more time and experience and everything, of course, let's throw the Fabio stuff in there. Like, okay, let's what are we gonna do with him? What do we do with my character? What's he gonna be? And what they wanted me to do was portray a brash, arrogant, high-class Latin lover character. So, okay, I think I can do this. Like, at first, I wasn't a big fan of it. I'll admit, I wasn't a fan of it. But what won me over was because the blueprint for a character like that at the time, when I heard a Latin lover, rich, aristocratic character, my first thought that came to mind was, oh God, you guys are going to turn me into freaking Alberto Del Rio, and I do not like him. I do not like anything about Del Rio. I was just never a fan of his. I just did not want to be like that. Like, if I'm gonna be Del Rio, I want to do it better. I want to do it my way. Even though I was still green into the business, of course. But I did not want to say it like that. I just like, but that's what my mind was at. Like, if I'm gonna do Del Rio, like, I gotta do it my way, because fuck Del Rio. But at the time, you know, because I'm a bit of an overthinker, I'll admit, like, I'm such an overthinker that my mind started to race, and then finally, wait, why Del Rio? Why be Del Rio? Like, he's not the only one that because I was only watching WWE at the time. Like, AEW, I don't think was a thing at the time just yet, or at least not until a little later.
Del Rio was long before AEW became a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there was no other alternative. I wasn't watching ROH. I sure wasn't watching TNA at the time either. Not that I had any access to watching any of these other shows. Yeah, at the time, of course. I think we're talking like 2017, 2018 at the time here. But there was somebody that did catch my eye, somebody that just came to WWE or NXT, I should say, to be specific, and that was Andrade Cien Almas, and he was doing something similar. Like, wait, what if I look at this guy? Let me check this guy out, because he's brand new. He's doing a lot of stuff, but better. And I found myself like, yeah, you know what? I like Andrade. Like, let me see if I can do what he's doing, but better. And we can sit here and talk about how Andrade's booking was, you know, both times in WWE. But the fact of the matter is, like, I'm still a big fan of Andrade. I love watching him. The matches he had with Nakamura, with Gargano, of course. Like, there's a lot to study there. I really wish they did more with him, but that's just out of my control. But regardless of the fact, though, Andrade became one of my favorites after getting into the business here. Just watching Andrade do his thing, and of course through Andrade, I would also watch his opponents. I would be studying anyone else. Like, it wasn't just Andrade. I didn't just stick to one guy. I would just stick to all these others, just learning what they do in the ring. But as far as like character, Andrade did become like another blueprint for what I could do, since he was doing something similar at the time. And the Latin lover gimmick, I gave him the moniker of the top Casanova, because if you're gonna make me a Latin lover, like, let me have some fun with this, because that's what wrestling's supposed to be. It's all about fun. It's all about having fun. You know, characters, sports, storylines. You know, you're supposed to have a lot of fun with this. And I really sunk my teeth into this, so to speak, into this character. So I found myself coming out with my hair just flowing out. I would have this fedora with a skull on the side of it, the suits, just blazers, white dress shirts, anything that would make it look, that would make me look like I'm high class, but still have a little bit of a mess, like a little bit of an edge to it, to where I will look like I may look a little clean, but I'm dirty. I'm a heel. I'm a bad guy. I gotta look a certain way to make myself not look, I don't want to say slimy, because as much as I would like to look like a slimy character, I prefer more like a smart, slick, arrogant, but at the same time, arrogance is your downfall. And I felt like that was the best way for my character to get over. So as because I'm smaller, of course, I'm not always going to be successful, because, you know, when you're bad, you don't think, you just do things. You do things and you do it in what you think is right, but you don't think properly. And so arrogance and intelligence, it's kind of at odds with each other, and arrogance ultimately wins and the bad guy ultimately loses. And that's just how it is, you know. Of course, the Latin lover gimmick would run its course. I had my fun with it. I will always appreciate it. Like, everybody always had a helping hand in it. Anyone who had a helping hand in making this character, the top Casanova character, become who he was anyway. It led me to my first championship win, which was the Wrestle League Proven Championship. But of course, during this time, I found myself like dabbling in more different fashions with the character, which would basically be Aztec Ammunition, this outlaw gunslinging character that leaned more towards the Desperado character. You know, the outlaw hat, of course, the jackets. Long gone was the dress shirts. The fancy clothes, like those were gone. Instead, they just became a little bit more elegant, but more fitting with the new direction. and who knows? Maybe there might be some more changes coming down the line. Again, stay tuned.
Right. Now you mentioned, the Proven Championship. You just knowing a lot about Wrestle League, it's difficult to get one championship in that company, and yet you've captured every title a man can achieve in that company. Proven Championship, Heavyweight Champion, and Tag Team Championships. What does that kind of mean to you, to have held all the gold that, Wrestle League has to offer?
Wrestle League has a lot to offer. It is that company has been very, very good to me. I've been there for the longest time, about a decade now. The trainers, there'll always be different trainers. We'll have guest trainers. We'll have seminars. Nothing really changes, really, and it's not to say like it's a bad thing or that they're stuck in their ways. No, it's not so much that things change. It's that the company adapts. Like, we'll always have new students. We're always going to have new trainers. We'll always have the same faces that are still there, but we're also going to have new faces coming in when they know that they can contribute something useful to us. It's not just a school or a company where it's just you show up, here's the ring, here's the music, here's the talent, boom, there's your show. No, it's a team effort. There's production, there's promoters, there's the booker, there's everything. It's not just the talent and the ring and the refs. Of course there's more to it. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a couple things here and there, but it's a big team effort. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making a Wrestle League show. The championship gold that I've gotten at Wrestle League, if there's one thing that I can say about it, is that it was earned. Like, a lot of my accomplishments, I like to believe that they were earned. I've had one guy in Wrestle League. He used to train with us for a good while, and he had to leave. But a few years later, he came back, and he's going strong right now. He's definitely one of my favorite guys to watch. I remember him telling me he's been keeping tabs on Wrestle League. He's been watching us. Of course, he's been watching me, and he saw me win the Proven title. And after he came back, I already lost the Proven title by the time he came back. But I remember him telling me, dude, when I saw you win the Proven title, like, it really felt like it was earned. Like, you really just stuck in there, and you've worked hard, and you definitely earned it. When I saw that it was around your waist, I knew, like, yeah, this title is definitely in good hands. Honestly, it's not just the hard work, it's also the patience. Because my first title, the Proven title, I didn't become champion. Keep in mind, like, I've seen a lot of people come in and they become champion in like a year. I've seen people come in like years after I did, and they become champion. And there's no grudge here, of course. Like, I've never felt the need to like hold it against them, or I never really got jealous about it. Honestly, the only person I was ever mad at was it was myself, because I felt like I really should be like at a higher level than what I am, had it not been for this, that, and the other. Because it really is about accountability sometimes. And of course, everybody's story is different. I'm just telling my story, and my story is that the reason why I never, maybe I could have or should have been champion earlier, but I'm not going to dwell on that, because it's who dwells on what ifs,
Right.
It took me 6 years to become a champion. I would not go back in time to change it. Honestly, I prefer the timeline that I'm in right now, because it really did feel earned. It took 6 years, and I never once complained about it, because hard work pays off. Loyalty pays off. Holding yourself accountable, it does pay off. Like, you learn. It's a learning experience with what you do and how you take it. You got to learn to take constructive criticism. Sometimes it's a case of, oh, maybe it's not my time yet. It's never a case of, oh, my time will never come. No, your time will come, but it has to come at the right moment, because if it comes too soon, it's not going to feel good. Had I become a champion like a lot earlier, then maybe it would have been good, maybe not. But for what it was, like, when I won it, and Wrestle League's anniversary show return back in I think it was 2022. it felt earned. It was like, oh my God, my first championship. It took me 6 years, and I held that title for 8 months, and I think maybe 9 months. Yeah, 9 months. It took me 6 years to become a champion. I held it for 9 months, and I had some of the best matches that I've ever had. Uh, it really showed that, yeah, not only did I earn my spot to become a champion, but I've earned the right to be called champion. I've earned the opportunities that are coming my way, and I don't take them for granted. I don't hold it against anybody for getting to somewhere before I did, even if they came after me. If they came in like right after me, but they got to where I wanted to be before me. Like there's no ill will. Like I've never been that type of person to be jealous about it, because again, like, your time will come. Your time will always come. If it comes too early, if you had control over what happens in your life and if you got what you wanted too early, chances are you're probably not going to want it anyway. Or, oh, not, the case, the saying, oh, not like this, not like this. Like, exactly. I don't want to be that person. Like, oh yeah, I got what I wanted, but I didn't get it the way I wanted it to. I didn't want it like this. And that just sounds like regrettable. And that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure we can apply this in real life too. Never have regrets, just lessons. Always learn the lesson,
I gotcha. When you did actually win the proven championship for the first time, was that a moment you took in the moment, or was it something that kind of set in afterwards? Like, wow, I did this.
Well, eventually it did set in afterwards, of course. I didn't really have much time to celebrate. If anybody remembers what happened right after I won the proven title, I got attacked by one of my old rivals, Shaq Jordan. He's the one who attacked me out of jealousy. And I almost got hurt because of it. Almost had one of my limbs dislocated because of it. But again, it did set in once everything was said and done. He didn't follow through with it. Thank you, Zeke Kickham. Aside from that, though, it did eventually settle in that, oh my God, I'm a champion, and I became champion for 9 months, defending that title, having some of the best matches I had against guys like Shaq Jordan, J.R. Lindsey. I was supposed to face somebody else, Dominican Hercules. But that didn't follow through because of illnesses that I don't know if we can mention here, but illnesses that are, from the 2020 variety.
Okay, I got you.
So, but he's doing better now, thankfully. That was years ago. But yeah, like, just some of the best matches I had, some of the best moments, of course, just holding that proven title. Of course, there was the four-way ladder match. This one is definitely one for the books. This one is definitely one for the books. It was a four-way ladder match. I remember this one clearly. It was me, J.R. Lindsey. At the time, he was known as, I think he was known as Russell All Time, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and him and Drew Bronson, who at the time, I think he's going by this again, Hot Rod Daddy Andy, and of course Jack Jordan. All four of us in a four-way ladder match. This was the main event of Wrestle League's anniversary show, which Wrestle League's anniversary show is that really is our WrestleMania. We sold the house that night. We've had people show up. We filled in the place. We've had a lot of people show up, friends, family. I had a really good time, and it was also this was a show that we had some of the owners, I should say, from Rocket Pro Wrestling. This is how I got noticed from Rocket Pro. They showed up. They were invited, and they saw us. They saw a lot of people doing their entrances throughout the show. They stayed until the main event, and they saw us. They saw me do my. This is the first of many. I love doing entrances. They saw me do the first of what I would do many of, and that was a really an elaborate entrance. I did a Latin Loverboy Mafia style entrance. This is when I was still doing the Top Class and Nova gimmick, and it was me, my tag partner Razi, who at this time didn't debut just yet. We were all dressed up in these nice suits, these nice hats. Each of us was walking out with a rose, of course, just looking all dapper, really nice and elegant. And just the way we did it, I I didn't choreograph a whole lot of it. There was not much to choreograph anyway. It was done right before the show started, but for the most part, it was so good. I'm proud of it with the way it went off. The owners of Rocket Pro, they took notice and they pointed at me like, we need to get this guy on Rocket Pro as well. They said that about a bunch of people on that same show as well. And yeah, like you never know when some of the things you do is going to get noticed by the right amount of people in the right time, and they're going to need you when the time is right, you know. And that ladder match, my God, like freaking Lindsey almost died like multiple times. There was a lot of moments from that four-way ladder match, like someone almost dying multiple times, the entrances, the interferences, the story that we were telling, using two ladders as a weapon. Like, it was just, my God, it is. If there was ever a best of Wrestle League, that's got to be it. That's got to be one of them.
Let's talk about the person that you won tag team gold with. Somebody you have a complicated relationship, to say the least, with. Razi.
Razi. Yeah. Well, thing about me and Razi is that, you know, like I said, I'm pretty sure I said this in one of my Instagram stories. Brothers fight, but you know, at the end of the day, you're all you got, you know. So me and Razi. So here's how we came about. So I brought him in as one of my lover boy mafiosos. He did a good job with it, of course. His debut would not come until like another couple months later. So Razi was brought in as part of the new Caribbean Cartel that Louis the Wrench was a part of. So Louis the Wrench, one of my trainers, of course, Louis was one of the originators of the original Caribbean Cartel. And he comes back into the ring. He brings in new members, which at the time was Razi and Alfredo Melias. And I'm in a feud with all of them for the Wrestle League heavyweight title, which I was champion of at the time. I lost it to Alfredo due to interference from the cartel. And we would feud for a little bit until it was either you're either with us or you're against us. And well, me being me, the gunslinger, the feeling that, okay, I've already lost the title, not feeling like myself, and that seems to be a thing with me a lot. I'll admit, like I don't be feeling like myself when a huge loss comes my way. Don't know who I am, not feeling like myself, and I didn't feel loved, so I joined the cartel. One big wrench to Humec's head, and here we are. I'm running with the cartel. Not exactly proud of it, but if there's one thing the cartel did, it fueled what was needed. Maybe Jesus needed to feel that edge again. Maybe Jesus played it a little too safe, because maybe playing it too safe is probably what led to him losing the title. And now I don't have the title anymore, but I'm running with the people who helped take it off of me. But that doesn't mean that I'm brainwashed or that I'm corrupted. Like, no, it just means that when you meet certain people, they bring out a version of you that you thought you didn't know you had, or you did, but you buried it deep down. So, so with Razi, me and Razi now, we're teaming up. We're gunning for the tag titles. And I remember at the time, I was already a champion at Rocket Pro. I was already a champion over there. And I remember, like, okay, we're going in there. We're going to be facing Thunder and Lightning for the tag titles. Only to find out that Kid Lad had gotten hurt. So now Adonis Allen has to team up with newcomer Hijo del Enigma. And of course, as anybody knows who was there to see it, Enigma turned on Adonis, joined with the cartel, and he took an unconscious Razi and had him pin Adonis Allen, and now here we are as Wrestle League Tag Team Champions. For the first time in my career, I'm a double champion, champion of both companies that I work for, and officially for Wrestle League, a triple crown champion that I I never thought I would have made it this far. In fact, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't think I'd make it to be Wrestle League champion at all either. I thought proven champion would be like, okay, that's as far as I go. Like, oh, there's more to it. Like, of course, there's more to it. Life goes on. Like, it's not over. It's not over until you take your last breath, you know.
Right.
And so, exactly. So here we are, just Triple Crown champion, tag team champion with my tag partner Razi, and now we're building a brotherhood as we're doing so here. Of course, our relationship will always hit these bumps in the road. Of course, you know, when I turned against the cartel, just crashing out over, like, yeah, this night is not going well for us. Like, we are just, the writing is on the wall. Like, our time is running out. We're boned. We're screwed. We're cooked. We're donezo. We're donezo. And then, of course, I'm looking at Razi. Razi's looking at me like, dude, what the hell? Like, what the hell are you doing? You're destroying what we built. Now I'm thinking, great. Like, now I feel guilty. Now I'm destroying what we've all built. But did I do it for the right reasons, or was this the right thing to do? We lost the tag titles to Team No Priv, Joseph Von Jaeger and Trick Davis.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to get him back the following show. We failed at doing that. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of misunderstandings, which seems to be the theme in my life, inside and outside the ring. Of course, we wouldn't talk for a good few months, and we had this little soap opera-ish thing going on last summer, where I had my left eyebrow, or at least my left eye, the left side of my face busted open, and it left me with a scar on my left eyebrow. And of course, it would lead to me being arrested. But of course, me and Razi know a good lawyer. Shout out Eric Schultz. We who had me sprung. Yeah, he had me sprung. We met up at the Berwyn bar, and we're discussing what the plan is moving forward. Like, we got to get out of this cartel. We got to make it out on our own. And we beat the last remaining members of the cartel, Alfredo, Lewis. We had our little curtain call at the end. Like, even though we're no longer a cartel, we're still brothers in unity. And we would make sure that good things happen with us moving forward, individually and as a group. Like, no matter what, even if we're no longer a team together. Me and Razi would team up as time would go on. Of course, we would team up at Rocket Pro Wrestling. We're over there we were this faction called Undeniable. We would go up against Johnny Nye, Rockstar Johnny Nye, Mr. Whoa himself, Nuke. We would go up against the traitorous Maximus Orion, who left Undeniable earlier. He did warn us, though, that Undeniable doesn't care. We're just their lackeys, and it may have taken us majority of the season to see it for ourselves. But at Kicks on 66 this past May, which I'm gonna start clipping it later on this weekend, posting it and sharing it. It did take us a while, but yeah, we knew that we're better than this. Like, we can do so much better than this, because I brought Razi in to help me retain the inter-county title at Rocket Pro. Everybody chanted, "Who are you?" And normally to any wrestler, and kudos to him for this, because when you debut for a company and you're doing something big like he did, drop kicking Joseph Von Jaeger, head first into a chair. He drop kicked a chair onto Joseph Von Jaeger, and Razi's wilding out in the ring. The referee is down. He's not seeing any of this. The fans are seeing this. They're getting pissed off, and they're all chanting, "Who are you?" at him. And like I said, like, this sounds like death. This, for me especially, because I'm thinking, like, this is something that's never happened to me before, and I hope it doesn't. But if it does, if there's one thing to take away from all this, is like, own up to it and do something about it. And that's what Razi did. When they got on Razi, the fans chanting, yelling and chanting, "Who are you?" at him, that sounds like death to any other wrestler, but not to Razi. No, Razi yells back and like, "Oh, who am I? Who am I?" Like, watch me, stay mad, get mad, or anything of that. And of course, Rocket Pro signs him. They bring him in for a triple threat the following show, and he's mocking that chant in his little promo video. He's saying in a mocking voice like, "Who are you? I'll tell you who I am." And just off the bat, like there, boom, he's solid and he's good to go. And that's something that I think any worker, especially if you're brand new, like for a new company or anywhere, like just in the general sense, if they're chanting "Who are you?" own up to it. Don't be afraid of it. Like do what Razi did. Own up to it and show the world that, yeah, this doesn't bother me. You don't know who I am? Okay, fine. Let me tell you who I am. Better yet, let me show you who I am and what I'm about. And that's exactly what he's done. That's exactly what he's done since then. Of course, we've had our differences. This past February, I was in a four-way match at the Berwyn Eagles Club with old rival Lindsey. J.R. Lindsey, Disco Ray, and freaking Alfonso. That yeah, Alfonso. My God bless that dude. God bless that dude. All of us are in this four-way match, and it's one of the first times, and possibly one of the last times I brought out that guitar case. It was ironically enough, it was for the Proven Championship. And this is one of the first times where I felt like, okay, I'm alive now. Like I'm snapping out of whatever it is that's bothering me. Just internal things going on in my head. Something, you get lost in your own head. I'm finally starting to crawl out of it at the time. Like, okay, championship match. I cannot afford to screw this up. I cannot afford to let this opportunity slide through my fingers. And I had it in the palm of my hands, and then Ace gets in there. He messes it up. Like, okay, there's still some time. Razi, where are you? and there's no Razi, and there's no Razi because earlier that night, he was also in his own head. He was in this battle royale where, ironically enough, he was in the final two, him and Ace. So Ace defeats him, and now Razi loses his opportunity for a championship. And now, ironically, the same thing happened to me. Like now, I got screwed out of a championship. So now we're both mad. We're both mad, and we don't know where to direct or who to direct this anger to. And so I remember leaving the arena, looking for him, and demanding to know, like, where the hell were you? Like, why didn't you help me? You're supposed to be out there helping me. And again, maybe this is just a lesson I needed to learn. Like sometimes it's not about relying on other people to help, because we've heard the saying before, especially us men, like nobody's coming to save you.
Right.
And so yeah, exactly. So and he really did a really good reminder. He really did remind me that you already had all the championships. You already won all the gold. Like I have yet to do so. You got all the opportunities. Like you can do it on your own. Like you don't need me to do that for you. And of course, just words are exchanged. One thing led to another, and one of us had to crash out. And of course, it was Razi. It was Razi, and the match was set for WrestleLing's anniversary show back at the Berwyn Eagles Club, and it was a bull rope match. That way, and I specifically wanted it to be a bull rope match because this way, we may be at odds with each other, but we're still binded. We're always going to be, in a way, connected to each other. And that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing, but either way, we're trapped. There's no escape from one or the other. Fast forward to the anniversary show, we get in there, popped open the guitar case, out comes the bull rope, and we're just bringing out whatever we can. The bull rope, the signs, like literal signs that says welcome or snow or whatever toys that Razi could find over there in his neck of the woods over there at Humboldt Park. Just overall chaotic match that we had. Of course, he walked out victorious, but me being big brother, because I also have brothers of my own, I'm also the oldest of my siblings as well. Sometimes little brother needs to get a win. And that's exactly what happened. He walked out the better man that night. He walked out the winner, beat me fair and square in that bull rope match. He dropped me on the signs. I could not get back up. He tapped all four corners, and he proved to everybody that, yeah, he can do it on his own. and maybe it's time I need to start doing things on my own. Like we'll always reunite when need be, but for the time being, we went our separate ways. We went our separate ways. There's always that love and respect right there, but again, sometimes you just need to let go and spread your wings and start doing your own thing. And I'm very confident in him and knowing that he'll be just fine. He'll be just fine, and I know I'll be just fine as well, because I've done it before. I've done it before he came along, before I started tagging with him, and I know I'll be all right after, even if we're not going to be tagging moving forward at Wrestle League.
I gotcha. So you are on your own, but if you need to come together again, there is that opening. The door's not closed.
Yes, it will never be closed unless somebody shuts it and locks it for good. But we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, could you tell us about that time you wrestled Michael Myers?
Michael Myers, my God. Okay, so me and Razi, ironically, this was at a Halloween themed show for Rocket Pro Wrestling. This was I think this was their Darkness Falls show. I know it was back in October, so this show. So here's what happened. So me and Razi were putting this tag match against former members of Undeniable. So this is during the time when me and him were still Undeniable. So it's old Undeniable, which was our opponent, Skylar Reed and Devin August. Yeah, Devin August, that was his name. So old members of Undeniable, they're known as the Kings of the Six, and they're going up against new Undeniable, which is me and Razi. And it was I don't think it was a tag match, but I don't think there was any tags. I think it was just weapons galore, just go nuts. I think they told us to just go out there and go nuts. There's weapons, there's toys, there's whatever you guys can come out with. And I remember me and Razi coming out. We were, because this is a Halloween themed show, and we came out dressed for the occasion. So I came out dressed as the Mask, literally with the mask and all, the yellow banana colored outfit that Jim Carrey wore. And Razi rocked the Beetlejuice costume. And during the match, I remember during the match, Devin August, he crawls out the ring. He leaves. Razi's chasing after him, or they're just brawling. Yeah, they're brawling to the back, brawling all the way out to the arena, out to the venue. The screen lights up, and it starts showing that Devin is talking to somebody off screen, off camera. Can't see who or what it is. We're just everybody just left wondering, like, okay, what's going on? Who's he talking to? And Devin August is just saying, oh, just get in there. They're all yours, or he's all yours, or whatever. And so I barely catch what's going on. I have to look at the video again, but I look at the screen as it's happening in real time. I'm just as confused as everybody. Like, what the hell was that? And the next thing I know, I'm hearing Razi screaming, and he's running back into the venue. He runs back into the ring, and he's saying, oh, he's here. He's here. Like, who the hell are you talking about? Like, who's here? He's here. Like, who the hell are you talking about? Who is he? Who's here? Before Razi could answer me that, like, the lights go out, and you hear that trademark sound, and the look on Razi's face where he's like, oh my God, we're gonna die. Like, the hell are you talking about? Like, what is going on? Then I hear the music, like, oh, you can't be serious. You must be joking. And then here he is, this lumbering freaking Michael Myers over here. He's coming in. He's stalking around the ring, and I'm thinking, oh, hey, wait, I know you. I've seen you before. I know who you are, and I know why you're here. You're here for the same reason you're here every year. You come here every October at Rocket Pro Wrestling, and you're not. And I know exactly who you're here for. And I'm looking at Razi like, he's not here for us, compadre. He's not here for us. No, he's here for Skylar Reed. That's his thing. We're safe. We're immune. We're undeniable. Our GM isn't gonna allow Mr. Myers over here, little Mikey, isn't gonna put his hand on us. He's gonna leave us alone. He's gonna go after Skylar Reed. It's everything's gonna be. Oh God, we're gone. We're goners. Like one choke slam to me, one choke slam to Razi. That really helped out Kings of the Six. 1 3D on me, and that was the end of that. So Skylar Reed was left, well, more or less physically unharmed. Psychologically, who knows? But yeah, that was our encounter with Michael Myers, and I hope everybody had fun watching that, because I know my siblings did when they saw that. Yeah, freaking Michael Myers over here. Like, it's just. And also, a fun fact. If you can find the flyer with me, Razi, and the Kings of the Six, if you can find us, see if you can find Mikey. See if you can find Michael Myers. He's in there. You just gotta find him. Go back to the flyer if you guys can find it. Look for the flyer, and then look for Michael. Kudos to you guys. Good luck finding him, and kudos to you if you can find him. Because I did not know this until somebody pointed it out.
Well, going from somebody that's hard to find to somebody, for a lot of people, just won't go away. Can you tell us about your complicated history with J.R. Lindsey?
So, J.R. Lindsey has definitely become one of my biggest, no pun intended, he's definitely become one of my biggest rivals in this business for a good while. The first time I faced him was in Lucha in the Park. This match. Before I go into this match, my God, it was so hot that day because it was during the daytime. I'm not used to wrestling outside in the hot summer sun, especially this early. Especially when there's when there's no buildings around. There was no buildings around, so there was very little shade in the middle of that ring. And the canvas is black, so you know it's going to be hot. Right. It's going to be steaming in there. And I remember what I was wearing that night. This is one of the first times I've wrestled, or one of the few times I should say, where I wrestled shirtless, because I knew, okay, J.R. Lindsey is a big boy. I've got a lot to do in this if I want to walk out of this victorious. On top of that, it is summer. This ring, this canvas is hot. The sun is going to be on me, and if you wear black clothing, you're going to be sweating a lot. And we were sweating a lot. We were exhausted. So I had no choice. Like, yeah, I'm just going to take the top off. I'm not even going to wrestle in this. But I still came out with my entrance gear and the pants that I wore. They were black jeans with a designed logo on it. But they were still black jeans, and that was bad enough. And I remember just every time I would get slammed on the mat, when JR would just drop me or slam me, or when I would slam myself anyway, not only would it hurt, but it would also burn. It would burn. It was just really, really hot. We were dehydrated. We were so dehydrated. I was especially dehydrated because I had super long hair at the time. And I know JR. I think his dreads they were not as long as my hair was, but they were starting to get pretty long at that point. So I can only imagine how hot and sweaty he was underneath. Especially with the gear that he had on, he had almost like a whole body suit. So I can only imagine how just done his body was. Right. And so, but I'll give him this though. Like, as hot as it was for the both of us, as exhausted as we both were, it's like, the body can only take so much, but I guess the mind and the heart, and I guess the passion and the desire, it was just like, yeah, no, fuck the body. Like, we gotta see it to the end. We gotta see this match until the end, and that is exactly what we did. And so for the match itself, I've done a lot of things in this one that I started to do a lot more regularly. I've done this move, I call it Desert Eagle, where I just jump and towards him. I just flip and hit his body. Articulator Steve Kenton called it a rolling body attack. So I think that's the best way to describe it. But I call it the Desert Eagle. I know I gave him. I flew a lot. I normally I'm not a high flyer by any means, even though I'm not 200 pounds. I should be a high flyer a lot more, but I'm also 34 years old. At the time, I think I was like 29, pushing 30, or already 30 at the time when I faced JR the first time. But I should be a high flyer. I'm not much of a high flyer. I'm more of a striker. So flying off of getting off the ground and flying is not one of my trademark things. But I'll do it if the situation calls for it. And in this case, it was just I know I've hit him with a couple of my signature moves. Spinning wheel kick. I think I hit him with a disaster kick. Of course, I love to kick. Yeah, that's one of my things. My finisher, the double underhook face breaker, which I call the Gatling gun. I've never done that to anybody that was as big as him. So that to me, not only defeating him with the Gatling gun was an accomplishment in and of itself, because I retained the proven title. I think he was my first title defense, because it was for the proven title, and that was the first time we would face each other for that proven title. And not only was it an accomplishment because I retained the title, but because getting somebody as big as him up, someone like me, to get him up as high as I did, just to drop him down and not walk out of there in need of crutches, that's an accomplishment in and of itself.
Oh, yeah.
And just afterwards, I remember being so exhausted. Like, my God, I need a whole gallon, maybe 2 of water. Because that's how hot it was, and I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be when we hit Lucha in the park again later this summer, before we decide to call it a summer and wrap it up. The second time we faced each other, I think this was the time when he changed his name to Russell All Time. So this is during the time when he was doing this thing called this thing, this stupid dance called the Russell Shuffle.
Right.
And yes, that thing. And I remember him trying to get everybody to do it, and I was one of the few people that refused to do it, because I'm not doing your dance, bro. I am not doing your dance. And to top it all off, like not to go on a side rant here, but him and everybody in his circle, they would always start talking about this thing called the pineapple. Everybody says, like, oh, it's a dancing pineapple, and everybody keeps pointing it at pictures and videos. Like, look, see, don't you see the pineapple? Like, no, I don't see no freaking dancing pineapple. Like, oh, that's Treetop the pineapple. Like, I don't know who or what that is. And they're saying that it's a giant pineapple that's dancing, doing the Russell Shuffle. Like, okay, how long until the drugs wear off? And it's just okay, pineapples. Okay, now we're seeing dancing pineapples. Okay, great. Like, this is what my life is. This is what my life has come down to when you're dealing with JR Lindsey. And I don't know if that's become a thing again, or if he's going to, because I don't see it. I don't see no pineapples. I don't see no dancing pineapples. If you guys are, I think you need to lay down and drink some coffee or something. But okay. But aside from that, though. So the second match that we had, it was a second one-on-one match. That was, again, one of the best matches that I've had. One of my favorites, of course, with JR. Again, one of my favorite rivals, best rivals, favorite opponents. Just proving my strength. Like, every time when I know I'm going to be facing him, I got to start lifting the weights, because sometimes speed isn't enough to take a big man down like that. Like, you can't go through the Flash can't always go through a brick wall, you know? Right. He's got to be strong enough to break through that brick wall. Sometimes you got to move that brick wall or take it apart piece by piece. And I remember doing a couple of big moves on JR at the time. Just I remember power bombing him off of the corner. I mean, he already set himself up, like, just to hit me on the side of the head. But as soon as I just snapped out of it, all right, screw you, to hell with this, and just hit him back. Got in position and just dropped him on his back, and my God, that took so much out of me. And I had to get up, like, just to move on to the next move. Like, okay, he's up. Okay, here, take a Desert Eagle. And I remember jumping, and I think it was I don't know how high or how low, but it it must have been somewhat effective because I still managed to jump off the ground and flip over to him for the Desert Eagle. Ultimately, it would end with me giving him the Gatling gun. And again, I got him up there. I don't know how I managed to get him up there. Just strength, passion, determination, just whatever, dig deep down is one of those dig deep moments, I guess. Third encounter, as I mentioned earlier, the 4-way ladder match. Again, one of Wrestle League's best matches. Definitely one of my favorite matches that I would go back to every now and then and watch. And it's definitely not because I like seeing this guy almost die. No, but it really was like just from the entrances that everybody did all the way until the finale. Even though I didn't walk out of there victorious, again, I can look back on this and appreciate how all 4 of us, we put in a lot of work and effort, despite anything that might have happened during the match in that ring. Anyway, we followed through, we pulled through, we did one of the most memorable main events that we've done for Wrestle League. I am, despite walking out of there again, not the champion, I am really proud of all 4 of us for what we've accomplished that night. Because a lot of good came out of it. People to this day, we still talk about it. Oh, the 4 of us, like when any of us are talking about it, the subject will be brought up, and we look back on it with fond memories. Like, yeah, that was a really good match. It was such a clusterfuck train wreck of a match. Despite me not winning, I look back on it and say that is an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment that I can say that I was a part of, and I'm proud of the fact that I was a part of it. There really is no other feeling like it. Of course, me and JR would not finish up our feud just yet. Of course, we've had more run-ins. I faced him again for the world title. His girl Brittany K at the time would get in the way a couple times. I remember walking in there with a bum shoulder, just a sprained shoulder from earlier in the week, and yet again, another accomplishment, just not only defeating him, but defeating him with one good shoulder. Barely getting him up there for the Gatling gun. No, I only had one good shoulder. It really did remind me that I'm getting old. well, maybe old isn't the word, but of course, nobody can stay young forever. Again, I'm 34. I like to believe that I'm in a better shape than a lot of 34-year-olds. A lot of 34-year-olds are. I used to go to the gym with Joseph Von Jaeger. I'm currently on keto again. I'm doing the best I can to stay in shape, to stay as young as possible. I'm not running away from old age, like not far from it. If that were the case, I'd be dyeing the gray hairs on my beard, which I'm currently getting right now. But I'm not afraid of getting old. What I'm afraid of, honestly, is not accomplishing what I want to accomplish before I hit the grave.
Right.
And that's exactly what I'm doing. So with JR Lindsey, I think JR Lindsey right up there with Quinn Whittick, like definitely one of my best rivalries ever. JR, the stories that we tell, our third encounter again for the world title, getting his girl Brittany K involved, that was a big factor in there, because I'm walking in there with one shoulder, and it's 2 people I got to worry about inside and outside the ring, and the fact that I managed to walk out still the champion. Is a really big accomplishment. We would have little run-ins here and there, of course, but it was always the 4-way match for the proven title that was back in Berwyn. That's another one. Honestly, the biggest one that comes to mind that's really memorable, it's our one-on-one matches. And the last one-on-one match that we had was last summer, and that was at Lucha in the Park. But unlike the first time that we faced each other, this time we came prepared. We knew it was going to be hot, but we knew how to stay cool. We got the main event spot. So we got the main event spot. It's for the proven title. So how things change, the more they stay the same, you know.
Right.
Now this time he's the champion, he's walking in there with his faction, his new crew called the JROTC. So he's in there with his crew, but this time I didn't come alone either because now I had Razi in my corner this time. And again, we've as good as we tried to make it out to be. I tried best I can, best I could have done, but ultimately, those numbers game, man. Sometimes it's just a numbers game. It's just too much. JROTC made sure that JR retained the title, and that is exactly what he did. He retained it, dirty as it was, but as I've said to him before, it's not over. It's never over. It's not over until I win. It's not over until I become champion again. And I know our paths will cross again, whether it's for the title or not. But we will definitely cross paths again. Like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, we are destined to do this forever.
Well, I mean, he did try and jump you at the bus stop once, right?
Oh yeah, that was leading up to the Lucha in the Park. But again, I'm Aztec Ammunition. I always come prepared. I came prepared, and I came to even the odds, and that's exactly why I had Razi there. It's a good thing that me and Razi made up that summer, because that was towards the end of the summer, and me and Razi were already on the same page, and he was just right there. Like, yeah, see, I knew this was going to happen, and there we go.
I got you. Well, going to one rivalry to another, I think we gotta talk about Kid Lad. And he's antagonized you quite a bit, whether it was making a music video about you or stealing your hat, no?
Yeah, so that rivalry was over at Rocket Pro Wrestling. So what came about that one was, so Kid Lad and Adonis Allen, Thunder and Lightning, they made that music video, which, okay, I don't recognize where that song came from. Of course, I'm not that old, but I had to look it up. Like, okay, I see what you're doing, lad. I see what you're doing. This isn't a good idea because not only am I the champion, I'm also very, very, very pissed off. That music video, of course, that music video was definitely something. The whole hat thing. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. Lightning Kid just struck his way onto my property and just stole my hat. So some hero he turned out to be, and he takes the hat. Him and Disco Ray decide to pour cereal in there. Like, okay, yeah, that's real funny. I can't find my hat. I paid good money for that hat. Now I had to spend a whole summer cleaning the cereal stench, expired milk and all. Had to clean that off. And of course, Kid Lad opening up an old wound of mine, or maybe I opened it up myself. I really don't know. Heroics wasn't exactly something that I was a big fan of at the time. I mean, nowadays, I guess more or less I'm kind of opening up to it, but I don't consider myself a hero. But we're not talking about my heroics. We're talking about Kid Lad's heroics, of course. So Kid Lad. Well, you know what they say, like every hero needs a villain. And, well, I had no other choice but to become that villain, because not all villains are just bad. Some villains just view themselves as the hero of their own story, and some villains are just good people that got hurt. And at the time, not to get too personal, and I'm not going to, but I was going through something personal at the time, and with Kid Lad just opening up that emotional wound, it just reminded me like why I don't want to be this villain. But since your little music video and what you're doing to my hat, like, okay, now you're leaving me with no other choice. So now I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do this with a smile, so to speak. And Kid Lad, one more time, he decided to come out for our match. He came out with what is it, like one of those stuffed unicorns, I want to say. He came out with a stuffed unicorn. He came out with my hat, or a bootleg version of my hat. He comes out with it. He's tipping the hat to the fans, which is something I never did, but okay. He did that, or maybe I have. I really don't remember. That was around my Top Class Nova days. outlaws don't tip their hats like that. So he does that. He's riding around the ring in this stuffed unicorn, greeting fans, tipping the hat and everything. Okay, so it's championship time. The Rocket Pro Wrestling Intercounty title is on the line. So they do that. He does that. Now they're waiting for me, and as they're waiting for my entrance theme, they're playing this other song, which was "Rock and Roll" by Gary Glitter, and I've heard that name before. Side notes: I've heard the name Gary Glitter. I did not know what kind of person he was, and I kind of wish I didn't, but I'm glad now that I know what he is, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But aside from that, the song is really good, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows where I got the inspiration from. So now I'm doing my entrance with a smile on my face, and I come out dressed up as the Joker, decked out in red, which pissed off C Red, one of the commentators for Rocket Pro. I know it pissed him off a lot. He hates it when anybody else besides him wears red. It's in his name, of course, and that's why I did it. That was just a bonus. The face paint, of course, hair straggly and everything. I'm coming out and I'm doing the dance, kicking up the legs and everything, and just as I'm making my way down the ramp. And I remember doing this entrance. I didn't study it as much as I wanted to, but it was also because I kind of dizzied myself a little bit as I was making my way down the ramp. Like, I was shaking my legs, I was kicking my legs up while I was doing the dance, but I was also shaking my head as well, a little back and forth, a little too hard, to where my vision got a little disoriented and I got kind of dizzy, to where I had to jump off the ramp because I was like, okay, yeah, jump off, dude, jump off, because we're either going to slip and fall or we're going to screw this all up. So let's just count our blessings and just cut our losses and let's just keep it as is. Like, I think this is as good as it's going to get, so let's just leave it at that. And we left it at that. The entrance was really good. Everybody loved it. My music started to play because the whole time I'm thinking, oh my God, why isn't my music playing? My music better play fast because I am so dizzy. I need to stop dancing. And thankfully, it stopped at the right time. Like, oh, thank God. Now I turn around. My official music, my entrance music starts to play. Razi comes out with my intercounty title. He comes out. Everybody's booing him. He's antagonizing everybody. Like, oh, what? And he just gives me the title back. He gives me the title back. He's clapping, and I'm just holding it up. And I'm like, yeah, we got this. You got this, bro. You got this. Like, go whoop his ass. And so I'm doing all the Joker mannerisms, just laughing maniacally, looking into the camera, going like, oh, you want to know how I got these scars? Because of you. And commentary is hyping up the entrance. They're going like, oh, hey, Travis D, one of the commentators for that night. He's saying, hey, Red, hey, C Red, why so serious? Just Joker entrances, just Joker references, I should say, are dropping. They're at some point Travis says, look, if you want to defeat a superhero, you got to be one of the greatest supervillains in the world. Like, yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Could not have said it better. And I think for commentary, that had to be the line of the night for me, anyway, in my opinion. I remember, and I clipped this because I thought this was kind of funny, considering how traitorous Maximus was, and of course how dumb I was for following Undeniable. I clipped this on my Instagram. I think it's still pinned in the reel section. For anybody who's or you, James, if you've seen Batman Under the Red Hood, I think it was Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yes.
If you've seen that movie.
Yes, I have.
So you know what? Okay, so you know where you get the reference here. So, at some point, Kid Lad is down. I can't seem to put this kid away. Like, do not make me shoot you down with my Gatling gun. Like, you know what? Screw this. Like, I'm already dressed for the occasion. Let me do it my way. So I start calling out for Maximus. Maximus starts coming out. He comes out with a crowbar. And he throws it my way. And he's saying, hit him, hit Kid Lad. And then he holds Kid Lad on the ropes. He's like, okay, do it. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Then I look at everybody like, so what do you people think? What do you think is better, like forehand or backhand? Okay, by all means, don't mind if I do. And I go to strike Kid Lag with the crowbar. He moves out the way at the last second, and I ended up striking Maximus. And Maximus, he's hit with the crowbar. He falls off. And that was my downfall as well. Like, my distraction. Kid Lad defeats me, of course, 619. Frog Splash, he's the new inter-county champion. I took this clip.
Almost a debt in the family.
Yeah, yes,
I
exactly.
had to say it.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. This clip, that whole the crowbar thing, I remember I clipped it and I added in the audio from the movie where Joker is saying, the audio clip of the movie where Joker is saying, John DiMaggio's Joker. He was so good in this one. I really underrated Joker. He's saying, now who's got a camera? Oh, get one with me and the kid first, then you and me, and the three of us, and then one with the crowbar, then and I synced it at the right time for when Joker says that part when I hit Maximus with the crowbar, and it fits so good. Like, yes, now it's time to upload, and it should still be. I know it's still up there, but I'm pretty sure I have it pinned on the Reels section on my Instagram. So feel free to go watch it. Anybody listening, it's a really funny clip.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your all your links to your social media is in the description. But I was maybe this was a different time, but I believe that you wrestled as Darth Maul. You were Joker.
Yeah. So as I said, like, I love doing entrances, and Rocket Pro is they're very generous. They allow me to do special elaborate entrances. Again, it's one of my very favorite things to do in wrestling, just because I love entrances. As a kid watching wrestling, the entrances and the entrance themes was one of my favorite things. I feel like it's a lost art these days, but that's a topic for later on. But for Darth Maul, okay, so the story here was that I betrayed my friend Joseph Von Jaeger. So I betrayed him. This is our first season. Me and JVJ. We debuted for RPW a couple years ago. So we debuted for them at the same time, in the same match, I should say. It was a 4-way match to determine the number one contender for the, ironically, what would be the inter-county title, which I would eventually win. So JVJ won that match. He won that match. He would beat Rion Skills, who was champion at the time. He beat him for that title, and we would have our own feud over that title. Triple threat match, me, him, and the Ryan Matthews, who, congratulations on his plans post wrestling. He has left wrestling. Maybe we'll see him again down the road. We'll see, but shout out to him. Congrats, and good luck to your post wrestling career. And so me and JBJ, we're in this triple threat. Triple threat is over. He wins. He retains the title. We shake hands, and I remember just like, I can't do this. I need to be a champion again. And I remember just kicking him, hoisting him up for the Gatling gun, and just making a statement right there that, this title's mine. He just doesn't know it yet. And from that point on, it was a rivalry. Two warring friends just betrayed over a friendship ended over jealousy. And it took a while, but we made it all the way to Kicks on 66, which is Rocket Pro Wrestling's WrestleMania. It's their season finale. So, and it happened this show, because this show was in May, and it was in May 4th, and so. This was, and if anybody knows, Star Wars fans. I'll admit I'm not really a Star Wars fan, but I know a couple things here and there, like a little bit about it. My knowledge of Star Wars is pretty limited, but I had to look up Darth Maul for this. So for this, the elaborate entrance was Star Wars themed, since it was May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So right. That's a thing. Which that's clever. So. I came out dressed as Darth Maul. I had and feel free to fill in the blanks here, because I'm not really a Star Wars expert here. I had four guys and these black robes, these black hooded robes with the red lightsaber, just pointing upwards, and me coming out. And I'm kind of critical of my part in this because I did not rehearse this, and I've only listened to the soundtrack once. So I turned in my music, turned in my entrance theme. They mixed it in with Darth Maul's theme from I don't know what movie he was in or whatever scene it was, but the music's good. I like it. Okay, yeah, that one. So I did not know. My cue was as soon as my music hits, take off the robe, and just take off the hood. I mean, take off the hood and just walk out there and just let it flow. Okay, that's no problem. My problem was with myself was that I almost took the hood off too soon, and in the video you can see that my hands are already in place to take the hood off, and I was ready to do it because I did not know how long the Darth Maul theme was going to go on. I didn't know how long it was going to be, so I had my hands already in place. And when it really shouldn't have been down there. I really should have aura farmed while I was just standing there in the entranceway, just because Bill Shelley, shout out to him, he can't express this enough for everybody. When you're making your entrance, don't go down right away. Like, soak in the moment. Like, when you're up there, stay there, pose, vogue, do whatever your character does, but just be up there, soak in the moment, and let that moment just let it flow. Soak in the moment and let it flow. Do a pose, look around the arena, like let everybody know with your presence without saying a word, like let them know that you're here. Like I'm here and I'm going to do something you're all going to remember. Again, entrances are a bit of a lost art, and I hate that. So I had my hands already on the hood, almost ready to take it off. Thankfully, I didn't, but it's the fact that they were already right there. I'm just like, I want to get this entrance over with because I don't know how to do it. I don't know what my cue is, but at the same time, like, I want to enjoy this. Like, this is my first elaborate entrance that I've done since the Wrestle League anniversary show, Mafioso Loverboy entrance that I did the previous year. So I wanted to do this right, and I, as best as I could, despite all that, nobody remembers my hand placement, thankfully. I'm the only one who does, and I've learned to let it go. It's the only thing that I'm critical of, but it's whatever. But the entrance overall, like, everybody loves it. People to this day, some fans over there at Rocket Pro, they still talk about it. They still bring it up. They'll sometimes, like, I think I like one or two fans over there. These guys, like, they'll call me Darth Maul, like, nice, like yeah, you remember. Like, so glad you guys remember. Like the Darth Maul entrance, the Joker entrance. So the Darth Maul entrance was my first season. The Joker entrance was the Kicks on 66 after. So it was the season after the Darth Maul one.
I got you.
The Darth Maul entrance, I'm so glad that they trusted me to do that. The face paint was done last minute because, again, not a Star Wars guy. I'll admit, I'm sorry, guys, I'm not a Star Wars guy. But it was also really hard to just work around and put the face paint on, especially like last minute, because at the time I had my famous, quote unquote, famous beard graphics. So it was kind of hard to put the paint on and not get it on hair because I had that paint on all day. Like, it took me like a good while, and not a good while. Again, it was all done last minute and in a hurry. But I just really didn't feel like taking off the makeup, the face paint afterwards. Like, let it just stay there for a while. I am just tired, and I want to soak in the rest of the show, the moment for the rest of the show, and just leave it be. And also, I'm pretty sure some fans want to take pictures of the messed up face paint anyway. So it was all in good fun. I remember not walking out of there victorious, but me and JVJ did put on a pretty good match. And we would, of course, run it back the following season. We would have a trilogy of our own. That's where Razi would come in. And again, the rest is history. The Darth Maul entrance it's definitely one of my favorites. In fact, all of my elaborate entrances are favorites of mine because a lot of work and effort and a lot of fun just goes into it. And they don't have to look perfect, because in your head it looks perfect, or you think it's going to look perfect. It really doesn't have to be. It just has to look good for what it is, and for what it is, I enjoy it. I would not go back and change it. I love it.
I gotcha.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, all the fantastic things we've been talking about, all these long storied rivalries, these titles, everything, it almost didn't happen because you got pretty significantly injured your first year into the wrestling business, no?
Yeah, that was a big one. That kind of set me back 9 months. It set me back 9 months. Of course, as I'm in the hospital, I'm thinking like, do I want to get back in the ring or not? Like, because I'm not even sure if I can. Fractured orbital bone and fractured nose. The nose reconstructed itself, of course. The orbital bone was a different story. The orbital bone, of course, was just it had to get fixed in a certain way. Operations, of course. A metal plate is now in there keeping my eye in place. It's a really small titanium plate that's screwed in there. I mean, we can sit here and talk about the psychological effects it's had on me, of course, but honestly, I've learned to live with it. I've learned to live with it. It's kept me out of the ring for 9 months. It's made me second guess, like, do I want to get back in there? And it turns out it's a really common, like wrestlers, athletes, literally almost anybody, whether you're a wrestler, athlete, or otherwise, it's such a common injury because it's such a very thin and frail, fragile bone that it can easily be broken. It can be broken, but at the same time, it's not life threatening, because that's what I thought it was. Like, it's just gonna affect me in the ring. It's just gonna affect me in martial arts. It's just gonna affect me in my everyday life. And it hasn't. In a way, it's kind of gotten a little better. Of course, I don't recommend anybody going out there and fracturing their faces like
Right.
like that. No, of course not. But what I mean by better, I guess, maybe better is not the word here. I think not as bad. Like, probably not as bad as one would think, because nowadays, so Kid Lad, let's say Kid Lad, for example, because he got injured. He got injured before we faced each other, so he ended up getting a piece of metal in his arm. Well, with me already having a metal plate in my face, that has its advantages, because there's no bone, there's no nerves, nothing can really hurt us. Not to say we're indestructible, but, well, if Superman is known as the Man of Steel, like, well, then we are the people of titanium or something like that. Because I remember in our match, I kicked Kid Lat, and he blocked it with his metal arm, and that one hurt. And of course, he tried giving it back to me, but he hit me on the left side of my face, and he felt that one. And that seems to be the thing nowadays. Skylar Reed, of course, he was another one. He hit me on the side of the left side of my face. And I'm just looking at him like, that's the best you got. Like, he hits me again, like, oh God, that hurt. Like, what is going on? Like, that's titanium, bro. That's titanium. And even he couldn't believe it. Razi is another one, like, but he learned it right away, of course. Like, he learned the first 2 times, like, he just forgot, and the third time, like, oh yeah, see, I'm not as dumb as you thought I was. So he ended up getting me on the right. So yeah, he's smart. Don't underestimate him. But like I said, the injury in a way kind of humbles you, like, because say what you want about pro wrestling, there is a lot of work and effort and a lot of teamwork and a lot of trust. Like, it. Someone told me. Matter of fact, yeah, I'll name drop him too. Shout out Hunk Cassidy. I think he goes by Hideous Hunk Cassidy right now. Good guy, great worker. I remember riding to a show with him. He was driving, and I remember him telling me, this is after my injury, I remember him telling me, a lot of people didn't expect you to come back. Nobody would blame you. If you decided not to come back, nobody would blame you. Like, a lot of people when they go through injuries, they don't always come back, and it's not entirely their fault. But you did, and not only did you come back, like you held no ill will towards anybody. But the thing that stuck out with me the most of what Hunk Cassidy said was, this isn't a business where you can get hurt. This is a business where you will get hurt, and that's a fact, because that ring does not care who or what you are, inside or outside of it. Like, it can and it will hurt you. It's all about just learning to live with it. You know, you don't learn to like it. You just learn to tolerate it, because we're only human. You know, we wake up already in some kind of pain in some way, shape, or form. We just learn to live with it as time goes on. You know. So 9 months out of the ring, I go back in, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Because my injury, I know, has set me back 9 months, setting me back from a lot of opportunities. But I don't hold it against anybody, because what good is it going to do? It's not going to do anybody any good, but also because maybe my time just wasn't it. Like, maybe if I never got hurt, I would have been pushed a little too soon. Like, we've seen it in WWE and AEW, I guess, or any other company for that matter, when somebody gets pushed a little too soon for an opportunity that they know that they're not ready for, whether they know it or the fans know it or they can see it. It's like, the last thing you want to be is like you don't want to feel like an imposter. You don't want to feel like you're in a position you feel you shouldn't be in because it wasn't earned. And maybe my injury in a way kind of saved that. Of course, it could have been done a little differently, but aside from that, though, it is what it is, basically. Like, I'm not mad about it. I've learned to live with it. I'm over the trauma. But the only thing I can say, and I'll end it with this, it has got me a little more cautious and second guessing what I do in the ring, to make sure that and my opponent, of course, we all walk out of there in one piece. Like, nobody wants to go to a hospital.
Right. Right. I think it's time for Jesus' Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
Road story. I mean, I don't want to say one that sounds boring, but honestly, like, a lot of the road trips that I've been on, I think the one that comes to mind is the one that me and JBJ went to Frontline. We went to Frontline Pro Wrestling all the way in Wisconsin. This was, I mean, nothing dumb has happened. The only quote unquote dumb thing that happened was just how long the trip was. It took us 2 days to get over there, and it was a last minute decision thing. So we decided to leave on a Friday night. We just left the gym, and it was a last minute decision where they were allowing, open slots to anybody who wanted to be a part of this Rumble, this Battle Royal over there at Frontline. And we were debating it throughout the entire gym session, and we're thinking, like, should we not? Like, it's a bit of a drive, and I gotta work tomorrow. Like, yeah, just. And right before we parted ways, we just decided, yeah, fuck it, let's go. It's an opportunity. But yeah, let's go get that opportunity. So we go over there. We head out. So we get our stuff. Literally that same night. We get our stuff, and off we go. We hit the road. And I'm ready to call off. I had to set an alarm the next day just so I can tell work that, yeah, I'm not going to be in today. Don't ask me why. And so as we're going, we're thinking, like, yeah, this is going to be a good idea. Let's just go stock up on a couple things. And that's when JBJ tells me that like, oh, we can stop by Wisconsin Dells. Like, there's a place that we can stay at over there. Like, okay, cool. Like, because it's on the way over there anyway. So we're there. We take a detour. We make the stop. We wake up. We have some breakfast, and off we go. But my God, bruh, this was the longest trip I've ever been in. And I've been to a Frontline before, The first time I've been over there, it took me 5 hours. It took me and the group of friends to get over there, and it took us like 5 hours. 5 hours there, 5 hours back. But my God, like this one just 2 days. I think they were Frontline was further away. It was further away for this one, because that first show, the one that took 5 hours to get there, that was the first time that we went to. That one, it was just 5 hours away. I think it was. I forgot where it was. It was so long ago, but it was just all I remember was that it was 5 hours away. But this time we're going past Dells, and just the fact that it took that long, like 2 days to get over there and almost 2 days to get back, but only because we knew that we know how far it is, we know how long it's going to be, but also because I had to work on Sunday. Like I was going to miss out on work on Saturday, but Sunday, like, yeah, I got to get back. I got to get back to work. And thankfully my work schedule was pretty lenient. I didn't have to clock in for work on Sunday until like 1:30. So JBJ dropped me off at home like around 12:30-ish, I want to say. And I had to just drop everything and just grab my other bag with my work stuff in it and just hop back out there and like, okay, now it's time to go. Like I couldn't even go home to sleep. Like I had to just go home, drop everything, grab something else, and just off I go. Didn't even eat anything. Didn't eat, didn't sleep. All I had to do was like nap on the bus if I was lucky.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I think like that's probably one of the. I mean, it's not a crazy road story, but it was definitely one that it makes me second guess like would I trade all this, like, and the answer is nah. Like there's always another fun little adventure right there that's just right around the corner. It's the only one that I can come up with off the top of my head. I'm sure there's others, but we can share those for like another day.
For sure. Now, I hope I didn't read too much into this, but One Piece fan?
So that one. So again, if you or anybody are into One Piece, or if you guys are into Dracula Mihawk, stay tuned, because only one video is up. There's teasers gonna be dropped every other week. A new episode will be dropped every other week as well. Stay tuned, because you never know what's gonna happen before the summer ends. So either watch out for Lincoln Hall. Wrestling returns at Lincoln Hall in late August, or Lucha in the Park. Either way, you'll see something there on on my page.
Okay. But are you a fan of One Piece?
I'm starting to become one, yeah. So earlier this year, I saw clips of the live action series, because I was already aware of it. I already knew about. Come on, who doesn't know about One Piece, the anime? Yeah. I've known about it for as long as I've been going to ACEN, for like almost, I don't want to say a decade. I think like maybe 8, almost 9 years. So, but I wasn't a fan of One Piece. I never hated it. I just wasn't I wasn't as into it like I was with Dragon Ball Z or any other anime like Code Geass and that. One Piece, I felt like it's 1,000 plus episodes. I don't even think I'm ever gonna get around to it even if I do pick up the interest. But but I found out that they were doing a live action series, and they kind of caught my interest because I was already more or less familiar with some of the characters, and I wanted to see like how would they do this, because we've all seen what movie producers do when they try to adapt an anime into a live action series or live action movie. You know, we've seen it with Dragon Ball, we've seen it with Death Note, we've seen it with Attack on Titan, and it's just like one L. Yeah, and that one too. Yeah, exactly. So it's one L after another, and it's just like, my God, guys, if you can't do it, then just stop. Like, you're not helping out the legacy. Like, if anything, you're just making it worse. And so when they got to Netflix, when Netflix decided to do their live action version of One Piece, I'm looking at some of these characters like, okay, you know what? There's some that you can't really adapt into live action, but from what I've seen and the very little of One Piece that I do know, like, I think it's okay. And the reviews seem to be like mostly positive, mixed to positive anyway. So I started watching a couple clips here and there whenever they would pop up on my YouTube feed. And I'm looking. I saw Dracul Mihawk, and I'm looking at this. The actor who's playing him, who's doing his lines and just doing the mannerisms. I'm like, oh, that's right. He was an interesting character when I saw him in the anime, or at least some of the pictures anyway that I've seen of the anime. And it kind of got me to start watching more clips of the live action. Of course, I started to like the Mihawk character a little more because he's the one that intrigued me a little more. So, and also because of the beard. Like the beard, it was. I saw his beard, and I'm thinking, I could do his beard, but it just looks so easy. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I want to waste my time doing something that just looks so easy. I was wrong. I was so wrong. There's just okay. So what I did was so here's what happened. So started watching clips of the live action one, and I started watching episodes of Mihawk in the anime because I've already seen the first couple episodes of One Piece officially. Anyway, I already knew about that. I already knew about the lore. I know about Luffy, Zoro, the rest of the Straw Hat crew. I more or less know a good amount of lore about them. But Mihawk was the one that I was really intrigued by. So I'm watching how his mannerisms and everything. I'm watching that. I'm watching him do his thing in the anime, and it got me interested in a bunch of other characters as well. I started after I was done watching the Mihawk episodes. I started watching some of the Perona episodes because like something about this ghost girl is just funny, and I just like it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a sadist, but I just like it when this ghost girl fails. When this ghost girl fails, it's just hilarious. When I saw her go up against Usopp, I'm like, this is good. Freaking Usopp, love this guy. It just fun characters overall, and I forgot how much fun it was to watch anime, and One Piece kind of brought that out of me. Of course, I haven't watched all 1,000 plus episodes. Yeah. Maybe I plan on doing so, but as far as I'm concerned, like regarding that, like what made me start becoming a fan of it a little more was which character do I find fascinating, and which episodes of theirs would anybody recommend that I would just start watching there. So it's just gotten to a point where I started watching just arc episodes. Like it takes place, a whole arc. Okay, let me just watch the episodes of that. Then it came down to a point where I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try Mihawk's beard because I'm getting older and I don't feel like doing my crazy graphics anymore much these days. But for what it's worth, let me try Mihawk's beard design, and I did the first time I did it. And the first time I did it, just not as good. In fact, it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good. I did not like it. I mean, I don't hate it, but looking back on it now, because I've improved it a lot more. But at the time, the first time I did it, yeah, this looks. Remember when I mentioned, this is child's play. This Mihawk's beard is so basic and child's play. There's no zigzag or anything. I can't really do much there. I should do more, but no, it's not. No, when I did it the first time, like this is hard to do, or at least how I did it. It just came off so easy, but it does not look good at all. So I decided to try again. So fast forward a couple months, I tried it again. Like, I guess it looks slightly better, but not by much. Like I feel like I'm doing something wrong, and yeah, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm not shaving it in the proper way. Oh, and by the way, if anybody's wondering, my beard graphics, they're done by me. Don't ask me how. I honestly don't know how I do them. It's just I look in the mirror and I see what pattern I want to do, and I just go for it. And sometimes it doesn't come out the way I want it to, but sometimes in those same times anyway, when I try to fix it, something better comes along anyway. A new better design comes up, and that's just what I end up doing moving forward. And so yeah, a little bit of trivia about my beard graphics. And so I did the design one more time, the Mihawk beard design for a second time. Like, okay, I think I can do it again, but this just isn't it. But I kept the same beard design. I started getting this idea, which again, stay tuned for that idea for after the summer, because there's going to be shit dropping as summer goes on. So when I went to Kicks on 66 this past May, I tried doing that again. Tried doing his beard design, but doing a little corner swirl underneath all of it. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? I think I can do it this time. I think I know what I'm doing wrong, but I got to do it again. So fast forward to Anime Central later that same month. Anime Central rolls along, and I decided to go there last minute. But again, like this time, if I'm gonna do Mihawk's beard design, because I went as Mihawk, if I'm gonna do it again, I got to do it right this time. Because this time I'm gonna be my own worst critic for this. So what am I doing wrong? So I'm shaving it. I'm shaving and trimming it in all the wrong places, or at least I'm starting off at the worst spot. Like what I should be doing is going in a different direction to make it look thicker and more authentic. Because his jaw beard, like, or at least the corner on his jaw. So the beard that's the beard that's sticking up, like that part, the corner, the point, I should say. That one is easy to do. I just didn't know the placement. I thought it was like by the ear or by the jaw or closer to the jaw. I just decided, you know what, screw, I'm just gonna go by the anime. So I did it by the jaw. Okay, this is good. One side turned out okay. The other side, not so much. But okay, fine, whatever. One side looks better. The other one, okay-ish, but it could have been done better. But fine, no sense in getting mad about it now. The thing that it's the mustache that scared me the most. That's the one that I was most worried about, because that's the one that I kept screwing up. And it's the reason why I kept growing my beard out for so long, for months on end. And I had you have no idea how many screenshots from all different angles, from both the live action and the anime, that I have saved up on my phone. And I had to just swipe left and right, just zoom in, like just looking at him, just looking at this guy's face. Like, I gotta do this right. And this is like freaking obsession levels of bullshit that I'm doing with myself right here. So, but again, like, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it right. And I'm already too deep into this. Like, I hate that I'm being so obsessive about it, but this is the only way I know how to do it, because this beard should not take me this long. It really should not be this hard to do. Like, my God, I was wrong about this. Like, this is hard to do. The precision, it's difficult. And of course, I learned later on that the actor Stephen, I think his name was Stephen John Ward, the actor who plays live action Mihawk, come to find out that that whole beard, mustache included, it's a prosthetic, so it's not real. It looks real, very, very good on them, but my God, I hated myself when I found out, oh, it's not even real. Like, it's not even real. But for what it's worth, I did it right. I did it right, and I know that I'm gonna do it again. Maybe for Anime Midwest this Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm still on the rocks on that. But again, like, I know how to do it now. And at the time, back in May for Anime Central, when I did it, the finished product, like, it's not as thick, or at least the parts that stick up, like, it's not as thick as I wanted it to be, but it's still noticeable. And again, like, it was last minute. It was last minute. I only have like 2 weeks to grow it out as much as I could. I'm pretty sure I could do a lot better of it now, but at the time, like, for what it was worth, like, yeah, this is pretty good. And everybody over there at Anime Central, like, they saw me, they saw the beard, like, they were really surprised at the fact that, because there was 2 other Mihawks over there that were dressed like him. They had theirs painted on, beard included. Theirs was painted on, but they're looking at me, they're looking at me like, oh, yours is not even painted on, like, yours is real. Like, yeah, oh yeah, yes it is. Mine is real, and I'm proud of that. Like, I got my dad, my father, to thank for blessing me with his facial hair. And so yeah, I did it. I like to think I did a pretty good job. The pictures are also up on my Instagram. I took pictures with a lot of people that were One Piece characters as well. They were really nice. Everybody over there was super nice. They enjoyed what I was doing, and I'm glad I got to know them. It was a good opportunity to promote Wrestle League and Rocket Pro, and just just the Chicago wrestling scene in general with them over there, because everybody over there, they could not believe it. They were really surprised. They were a welcome, wholesome surprise. Like, oh, you're a wrestler? Like, yeah, like come give me a follow. Like, you'd be amazed at what I can do. And if you like what I'm rocking right now, like stay tuned. Like you might like what I'm rocking a little later on after the summer. And so yeah, One Piece fan, I'm starting to be. Again, I haven't watched all 1,000 plus episodes, but I know a good amount of lore. I have favorite characters in there as well. I'm really liking this. It really is a fun show. Again, I wasn't a fan of it in the beginning, not because I didn't like it or whatever. I just didn't get into it as much as everybody else did. But after going to Ace, I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to become a bit of a fan. I'm keeping up with the memes, the episodes, the arts, of course, so just everything One Piece. Like I welcome it. I'm starting to embrace it, basically, so to speak.
Right. Well, I've been watching One Piece for a while now, and I'm not caught up either. I'm 925 episodes into the anime. Which is wild to think, because, like, you think, yeah, that's a lot of episodes, but there's still, like, a lot of episodes ahead of me. But, no, I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say you're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Well, we got to throw Rags to Riches in there by J.R. Lindsey and Jobu. I mean, it's ironic that one of my biggest rivals also created my most known entrance theme. So we got to throw that one in there.
Okay.
The other 2, my God. I think we could throw Thinking About Me by, I forgot what his last name was, Morgan Waller or Morgan Walker. I think it's like a country rap song. Yeah, that one. I think we could throw that one in there. If anybody who knows me, well, if you know, you know. And as a last one, I think we can throw in my other the first entrance theme that I used, Los Que Luchamos. It's the Mexican anthem song, basically a Mexican hip hop rap anthem. Only as an intro, of course. Like, we can throw that one in there as an intro, because much like the placement of my entrance themes, we can throw that one in there in the beginning, just to show humble beginnings, and as to who I was as a child, as a teen, trying to find myself before I found myself in the ring, of course, and as well as getting in the ring, just to figure out who I am when I'm in the ring. Are you thinking about Me by Morgan Wallace? Again, if anybody knows, well, the Rags to Riches, that one, again, an accomplishing anthem for my character, for my soundtrack, of course. It says what it's supposed to be. It says that I'm accomplished. I've come from something so small, something from so low, even something so small that even I thought that, yeah, I'm never going to get to those heights. And honestly, I'm fine with that. Like, at the time, I told myself, I'm never going to get that high. I'm never going to get up there. If anything, I'm probably going to reach the halfway point, and I'm okay with that. As long as I get to that halfway point, I should be okay with that. But of course, like, life and this business had other plans for me. Like, yeah, no, that's not as high as you're going to go. You're not going to, that's not as far as you go. Like, there's still a lot more you need to accomplish. And the same can be said about life as well. Like, if anything, if I have any advice to give to anybody, and I'm pretty sure I've said it earlier, is that life isn't done with you until you take your last breath.
Right. Well, definitely a solid 3 picks, to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you, and you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
If I could cast somebody as myself, I would definitely cast. Well, I'm not gonna give his name, but my upstairs neighbor. He's not a. I think he's a teenager right now. Like he kind of does remind me of me when I was his age. I would definitely cast him as me. He kind of resembles me in a way. Well, he doesn't resemble me. Just he looks. He has similar features to me. You know, he's got not super long hair, but he's got the dark hair, the dark skin. He's got the dark brown eyes. Um, he I know that with some modifications, he can definitely pull off like exactly what I used to look like when I was his age. Um, it would be it would definitely be like a rags to riches movie, of course. Just a lot of downs, a whole lot of downs, very few ups, but those ups they overshadow the downs. You know, the humble beginnings of sorts. Just the bad days, I guess. Like you can have like five bad days, but if you have 3 good days, it can overshadow them only because of what happens in those 3 days, in those 3 good days. You know.
Right. And every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you in your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
I don't know who would play anybody there from anybody in my family. I don't know anybody who could play them, but as far as like supporting cast, like characters who should definitely be there, well, of course, my mother. Uh, she's she's Catholic. She prays for me every time I get in the ring. She doesn't like seeing me in the ring. I'll admit she doesn't come to any of the shows. It scares her, of course. But she is a fan of the attire that I wear and the entrances that I do. Like she finds them amusing, of course. She's proud of rocking the heritage, of course. She tells me that if my grandfather were still around, I've never met him, but if he was still around, like he'd definitely be proud of you for what you're doing. Like just from the attire that you wear, like just representing our heritage, like he would definitely be a big fan. Another one that I would have as a character, supporting cast. Um, it's gotta be it's gotta be it's definitely gotta be coworkers. Coworkers outside the ring, of course, just coworkers. It could literally be anybody. I just put any faces right there. Just constantly on your ass about work in general, and all you're doing is just, and all my character is doing is just taking it, not really being bothered, only because like I've got bigger things I got to worry about. Like this bothers me, sure, but I've got something planned, and it's gonna get me out of here. Something like that, of course. I really don't know who the actors could play that, as long as they do a good job, regardless.
Alright. Well, it's definitely sounding like a great movie. A blockbuster to say the least. And you could pre-order the tickets now. On to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Well, everybody keeps talking about dancing pineapples. I have yet to see that, so I'm not afraid to admit that. Yeah, pineapples on pizza. Um, Maybe those pineapples should go be with that non-existent pineapple that everybody says is dancing.
Okay, so anti-pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
Spirit.
Spirit Pokemon.
Oh, you said favorite. Absol. Gotta be Absol.
Okay.
Just the overall design. Just also because of the fur. Like I like the fur because it reminds me of my own hair, and I'm a really big fan of people who take care of their hair. Great hair, of course. Absol. Absol just looks like the type that goes to a stylist to make sure you get the volume down. Get the volume of my fur down, and make sure I still look menacing, but menacing with style.
Right.
Mhm.
Alright. We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
I do not.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, because a Doug can't spell. Yes,
Oh, that's clever.
we love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the set.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think that many people talk about him much these days. He should generally be talked about a lot more.
You're absolutely right about that. Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
A Rock.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know because I don't even think that's physically possible. A rock needs to move, and I can only throw a rock so far, and after a couple of throws, people are going to get bored. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be bored and exhausted, so chances are the rock is going to win. The actual physical, immovable rock is probably going to win, only on the count that I might tire myself out.
Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Okay, that is interesting.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, well, I honestly don't know where I see myself exactly in 5 years. If it's up to God, hopefully I'm still wrestling. Hopefully still having a good time. I'm currently I'm not married. I don't have kids. If it were to come down to it, like hopefully it doesn't take me out of the ring completely. If anything, I hope that if I do have kids or get married or whatever, I can juggle all of it at once and not have one get in the way of the other. Because nobody likes it when things that they like get in the way of what they also like. Because otherwise, it's just you're kind of pulling yourself on all directions and you don't really know what to do, and you end up hating yourself for missing out on one thing or another. So as far as like 5 years or however long it may be, I hope you know what, you want to know where I see myself in 5 years? Enjoying life, like just being happy, just having fun with whatever it is that I do.
Okay. And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
Any match with JR Lindsey, of course. Any match with Quinn Whittick. There is one. It's the third one. The one that I beat him for the Wrestle League title. That one, unfortunately, it's not available on YouTube. The first 2 matches that I've had with him, they're really great matches. Everybody should definitely go check them out. Quinn Whittick is just phenomenal worker. Definitely at the top of my list. JR Lindsey is definitely a close number 2. But yeah, I definitely check both of them out. There's also another one, maybe not so much for like match quality, but if only just for the star power, and also because it's a favorite of mine, and that is and also the 4-way ladder match. Check that one out, especially it's on Pro Wrestling Shoots. Again, legendary Wrestle League match. Another one that I was about to say that you should check out is a 6-man tag. It's me, Tyler LeBeau, and Drake Dixon going up against Joey Dalton, who is now going by Stephen Flo, and Prince Coda, who is now going by Coda Hernandez. They were teaming up with Raven, that ECW star Raven, 6-man tag, and with Raven involved. That was the main event for a Wrestle League show, and I think that was the first main event I was ever a part of, and it was a great opportunity for me to just be in the ring with Raven. That is an opportunity that doesn't really come by these days, and just me taking that the drop toe hold onto the chair and the reaction they got from the fans, like, yeah, it's a highlight for me, and it's one that people should definitely check out. In fact, it was the one go-to match that I told everybody during right before COVID started. I was starting to meet new people over there at work, and they learned that I was a pro wrestler, and they're asking me, like, what matches of yours should we watch? Like, look up the 6-man tag with Raven. So that's one. So that one, the 4-way ladder match, the any of the matches or all three, if you can find all three, but I know the only 2 are available with Quinn Whittick. That one's up there. The any matches with J.R. Lindsey, that's one. The Joker entrance with Kid Ladd, that match with Kid Ladd, just for the Joker entrance alone, go check that one out. It's on Rocket Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel, as well as the Darth Maul entrance with Joseph Von Jaeger. Like that's another one that should be on the list as well.
And if they are indeed on YouTube, I could definitely grab those matches and put a link to them in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and CastBox for anybody that hasn't seen them, wants to see them, wants to re-see them after this interview.
By all means, yes.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Okay, so...
First question. Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Greatest wrestler of all time. Shawn Michaels.
Worst wrestler. Worst wrestler.
We're still on question 1, right?
No. Worst wrestler. The next question.
Oh, worst wrestler. Sorry. Okay, I really need to put this on speaker. Okay, worst wrestler. Eric Watts.
You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Angel Garza. Angel Garza, just because I feel like I can rip my shirt off better than him, and I don't have a 6-pack, but I can do it better than he can do rip off the pants. I feel like that would be fun.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Pretty deadly.
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy, indeed.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Kayfabe is still alive. Barely.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast. Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Vegetable, because I won't eat it.
It is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic.
Oh, well, there you go.
New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Middle of the thigh, or at least slightly below the thigh. It should not look like you're wearing underwear, basically. Nor should it be white.
Gotcha. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, but I've had a weird conversation with some stranger on a bus. I don't know what the conversation was. I don't remember. All I remember was him droning on, and I just kept zoning out more and more.
And that is the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
And once again, where can we find you on social media?
As I mentioned before, you can find me on Instagram. I have two links for Facebook and the Snapchat are on there as well. Find me on Instagram at Aztec_Ammunition. Jesus Desafio. I am Aztec Ammunition, the least wanted outlaw in the Midwest.
For now.
For now. We'll see how
For now.
the summer goes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment, okay?
Mhm.
For our race special guest, Jesus Desafio, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling Wit.
Entertainment. Cheers.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.